If you deliver people something that can help them have a better quality of life and or make more money, they will pay you.
I believe that.
You just have to display your expertise.
Where did you get to the point where you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to live outside the country, look for these free opportunities, and be able to make over $200,000 a year? Like, where did that idea start for you?
Runners, how you pray for us, Savior never came for us. I study Kane, my niggas bagging Kane. Yeah, well we both trying to do yay numbers. Lost my justice hesitated cause I'm melanated. I can smell the devil fragrance when the metal blazing. These killers got no mask, that mean they vaccinated.
So welcome to another podcast episode of Revenue and Relationships, where Andre and I sit down and talk to entrepreneurs to talk about their business. And sometimes we talk a little bit about relationships. We like to get into people's personal lives to just really inspire our audience to get closer with people around them and to learn a little bit more about business. So we have a really, really special guest that we'll be introducing. But Andre, I haven't seen you in a while.
Ages since my birthday, which was live.
I know, and I was back in Atlanta. So super excited to be here today to talk to amazing entrepreneurs. But how is business?
Business is good. I had my best month ever in business just last week, towards the end of the last month.
They said it was a recession though.
People got money.
Okay.
If you deliver people something that can help them have a better quality of life and or make more money, they will pay you.
I believe
you just have to display your expertise.
Okay. So who are you for the people that don't know who you
are? Who am I? I'm Andre C. Hatchett, proud entrepreneur, 40 years old as of April. Podcaster extraordinaire, mobile notary academy, mobile notary industry. Been in the industry since 2005. Homeowner, real estate investor, and 3-time author. An all around cool dude. And I love to dance and I love rooftops.
Important information for you guys to definitely know.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know who I am.
Who are you?
My name is Annalisa.
Are you rich?
It depends on how you define rich.
I mean, yes. Okay, keep going.
I do a number of things, particularly known for being a virtual assistant within the virtual assistant space. I have an agency called Elevated Assist, where we work with small business owners. We provide admin support, social media management, and a number of things. I also coach people how to make 4 to 5 figures a month as a virtual assistant, invest in real estate, and I do a lot of different things.
How many people have you coached?
Over 2,500 people.
Ooh. Wow. If I had my maraca, I would shake my maraca if I had a shout out to you.
Let's say over 2,500 people, but people have gotten some free game and that didn't pay. So even more than that. So.
Shout out to you. Shout out to them as well. We know a lot of them and they are great virtual assistants as well.
All right, let's get into it. So we have Beez, our very, very special guest. I'm super excited about this conversation. Definitely take notes on this podcast episode if you want to retire early. But Beez, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are and what you're known for.
Well, Beez.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for having me out. So I'm Beez. My real name's Symone. I like to put that out there, but I'm Beez, and I pretty much teach people how they can reach financial freedom through their career and investing. I'm an author, bestseller author of the book Financial Starter Kit. I have a community called SLS, Success Life Society, where it's just focused on careers and investing. We have over 1,300 members in the community. I do a lot of things. I have, courses where I'm teaching people. I do coaching, VIP clients. So, I got a lot of things going on, side businesses, a bunch of businesses. Yeah. So, I just focus on investing for cash flow, really.
Yeah.
You have one of the best book covers I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. Your book cover is fire.
It's real. It's clean. It's to the point. It's not too much.
The green that plays over. I forgot you had a book when you said it. It's like, yeah, she does have a book because she has a fire book cover.
Thank you.
Yeah. So shout out to you and your fire book.
Thank you. Yeah. My designer, she hooked it up.
All right.
I love it. So let's get into it because we got a lot of things to talk about. So I know you personally from Twitter, and I follow the gems. I tap in because you give a lot of free information. I think the one thing that stands out is that you were able to retire early, but actually recently you tweeted that you're going back into the workforce. Yep. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So this will really be the first time I'm talking about it because it's only
breaking news.
Couple days old.
Yes, it is.
Breaking news.
It is. I just wanted to drop that.
Yeah. So I was making a ton of money overseas and investing. I had a lot of money coming in. I reached financial freedom at 27, and I decided to stop working at 29. And it was crazy because right when we moved to Atlanta, I got COVID. And I've been traveling all around the world. Never got COVID. Moved to Atlanta, got COVID, and I was stuck on the couch for 2 weeks, and then I had pneumonia. So I was like, wow. I'm super bored. Even even though I was making, thousands of dollars a day, I'm like, I'm so bored. I need something to do. So I think it's the work ethic that my dad and my mom have. Like, they're always working, always doing something. Like, we're always productive. So it's like, even though money's coming in and I'm not like doing something, like, I just feel like I'm not doing enough. So I added my vending machine business, and it's gotten me out the house, but it's too much labor. Like, it's like the sodas are so heavy. You
want that in between.
Yeah, I need the in between.
Work, but not too much work.
Right, not too much work. So now I'm about to hire somebody to do that. But I got this offer to go back to work as a senior technical account manager at a cybersecurity defense company, and it's going to be completely remote. The salary is crazy. I'm making more than what I was making overseas, but completely from home, right? So that was the big thing. Thank you. Like, that was the big thing, is that for me, I realized that, I just didn't like being away from my family. So if I'm still at home, I can work remote. I got a good work-life balance. I could definitely keep that going for a long time, and the bag is crazy. So
shout out to you. Shout out to the bag. You mentioned a lot of money overseas. Are you able to talk about the salary that you're making overseas?
Yeah. So I was making $225,000 overseas. Most of it tax free.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Overseas, the cost, cost of living outside the United States with that type of salary.
Yeah, but I was living for free.
You live for free?
Yeah, everything was free.
Y'all like
really don't know.
That's like $300 right there.
Yeah, like everything was free. So like, where I lived was free. Our transportation was free. Our food was free. Even some of my flights back home were free. Like, everything was free. Yeah. So I've helped people get jobs overseas too.
Okay, so we have to peel back those layers a little bit, because what you're talking about is rare. This is not something that everyone thinks they can do, or where those opportunities are. So where did you get to the point where you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to live outside the country, look for these free opportunities, and be able to make over $200,000 a year. Like, where did that idea start for you?
When I was young, when I was a kid. So I'm from the DC area. I'm from Arlington, Virginia.
So DMV, stand up.
Yeah. So in that area back in the day, like between 2004 to 2006, what people would do back in the day, they would go to Iraq and Afghanistan, and they would be making like $300,000, $400,000 a year, mostly tax free, right? So they would come back to the DMV, and they would go buy a big house in Bowie, Maryland, like huge house. They buy it all cash. They go buy a BMW, all cash. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing that when I get older. So that was literally my only goal. Yeah. So in the DC area, it's like everybody works for the government, and a lot of people were working overseas. So like, even recently, my last deployment in South Korea, one of my coworkers, he was still working in Afghanistan, making over $300,000. But Biden, they pulled everybody out. Like, the war's over. So there's only a few contracts still in Afghanistan, but there's still so much money. Like, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars tax free.
So you figured, did you do what you wanted to do, or did you do what made sense for your lifestyle and for your income goals?
You mean like going overseas? Yeah, I was doing tech, so I was still doing tech stuff, and it was pretty easy, right? So like, for what I was doing is something.
Are you passionate about it, or is it something that works for you?
I'm not extremely passionate about tech. Like, I love technology. Like, I am a tech head. Like, I have the newest tech gadgets for everything. I've always been that way. Like, I built my first computer at 16.
Oh, wow.
I got my first cert at 16. So like, I've always been into tech, but it's like, it's not my passion. Like, I was passionate about video games and basketball and sneakers. Yeah. That's what I was passionate about, but I knew that was the bag.
That's important, all right? And I asked you that. I had a feeling that you weren't, and I asked you that for a reason. A lot of people need to do what works for them and to live the lifestyle. You tweeted your famous tweet, right? I don't have a dream job. I have a dream lifestyle.
I don't. I just want people to know that when y'all see me working and doing stuff, and y'all just like, oh my goodness, I want to be like you. It's everything's successful.
Soft life.
I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm not having fun. I'm not really having fun. I'm enjoying the process.
Yes.
I do like the result and the reward, but like, for the rest of my life, no.
It's important for people to know that, because a lot of people get stuck on what are they going to do, what are they going to do, what are they going to do, and do what works for you. Do what can bring an income so you can have the option to work or not work. So shout out to you for that, and thank you for giving us that gem right there.
Business owners, I think it's insane that you want to elevate your business, but you haven't delegated anything. You're probably a profitable business owner, but you're overwhelmed, overworked, and burnt out, and you need time to spend with your friends and family. Hi, my name is Annalisa, the owner of Elevated Assist, a virtual assistant and social media management agency. We're here to provide admin services or social media support. Some of the things we can do for you include managing your email, calendar management, travel arrangements. We'll even have flowers sent to your mother's house on Mother's Day. So if you're looking for someone to help support your business, Elevated Assist is going to be the best choice. We're here to do things you don't have time to do, you don't want to do, or you don't know how to do. So book a free call with Elevated Assist today. Absolutely, absolutely. So I need a little bit of advice, because did you talk to your family about moving outside the country?
That's a good one.
I told and this was a joke. We had a family vacation in June. I was just like, I'm thinking about living outside the country just for a year, just for, just
they said, no, it's
different
dangerous.
setup. And they went crazy. By the way, it was a joke, kind of, sort of. But like, did you talk to your family beforehand? What was their overall thought process? Were they okay with it? Were you afraid?
Yeah, well, they knew for a while, like, I wanted to go overseas, but the process, like, it happened so fast that, they were scared. They didn't want me to go, because I got my first overseas contract at the age of 24. So I moved to Japan at the age of 24. Like, in Japan, nobody, where I lived at, nobody spoke English besides the Americans that I work with. So the other government contractors, the army people, they were the only people who spoke English, right? So everybody else is like straight up Google Translate, right? Like, I didn't even know how to use the microwave there. They had different kind of microwaves. It's not in English. Yeah, so like, I was burning cup of noodles and stuff. Like, I'm like, I don't know how to use it, right? So it's like, they did not want me to go at all. They did not want me to go overseas, but I told them, like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I wanted to do forever. Like, I'm going to do it. So, I mean, it's just something, like, it depends on how, your family dynamic, how it's going to be, but it's real easy to travel back and forth. My philosophy is everything's a flight away. So I'll be there within 12,
absolutely,
maybe 15 hours.
I got another question for you. To get into your career field that you are in, tech, do you need a degree for that?
Well, what I'm doing right now is a lot of experience, right? But to get overseas as a government contractor, you don't need a degree. You could get some certification. So the Security Plus certification will really open the door for you in the defense industry. People like to argue me down about this on Twitter and stuff, but it's a requirement. Like, for government contracts and government systems, you can't even touch the system if you don't have a Security Plus clearance. Okay. So that's our Security Plus certification, right? So that's one thing. And then eventually you get you a government clearance, which you can get through different companies. And you're able to start working overseas. But a lot of people get into tech without degrees. It's just a way that you go about it, right? Now, I had a degree because I went to school. I had a scholarship to play ball. So
where'd you go to college?
I went to Christopher Newport for a year, and I wasn't able to do the whole school and play ball thing. So I was like, I figured I was going to make more money as a software engineer compared to the WNBA. So I quit the team the next day and just focused on school. Yeah.
Smart move.
Very smart. Yeah. The average salary of WNBA at the time was like $45K.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the average salary of a software engineer was close to 6 figures. So I was like, I'm quitting the team.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Absolutely. So, okay. So I have a couple of different questions, but one, I mean, things keep coming up. You made these realizations very early on. Like, this is how you want your life to be. These are decisions that you're going to make. So I think you're definitely built different, right? A lot of people don't come to these realizations until they're like late 30s and 40s and things like that. But let's quickly talk about college, because sometimes people feel some type of way about college. Do you feel like college is a scam? Do you feel like it's beneficial? What are your personal thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, nowadays, you really don't need to go to college for many degrees, like, or many fields, right? So, like, most fields now, you don't need it. A lot of tech fields, you do not need to go to college. I would say, really, college is really only good for, like, doctors and maybe scientists and academia. Outside of that, like, most things now, you don't have to go to college. You can get a cert or just start actually learning the skills and start making money. So, like, even when I got my first certification at 16, right? I went to a vocational school every other day just to get out of school, just to get out of class, right? Yeah, so we had a vocational school where they had welding, they had cooking, they had different tech classes, they had all kinds of stuff, right? So I went to the tech class, and while I was in that class, we got the certification, and one of my classmates at the time, he took the CCNA certification, and he didn't go to college. He went and started working for Verizon, and he never went to college. He just worked for Verizon as a network engineer up until the age of like 25, and he's living great, like great salary, everything, and that's stuff that can be done now. There's so much more information out now. Absolutely. You got boot camps, certs, everybody telling you the blueprint on how you can do things. You just really have to follow it.
And I think what's interesting is that, one, for me personally, I've known a lot of entrepreneurs who went the college route and then they started a business, and they were able to make more money or even more quickly within their business before their 9 to 5. Yeah. But what's also interesting,
I'm one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Same. What's also interesting is that these jobs that are paying like $40,000 a year are requiring people to have bachelor's degrees. Right. So my recommendation for people is just figure out what you want your life to look like, and then if you don't have to go to college to make money to live the life that you want to live, then go that route. Because a lot of people are going to school for years, they're in debt, and then you come out making $45,000 a year, and it's just
the math ain't mathing.
It's not right.
Explore other options. So you were able to stop working at 27. You took a couple of years off. Now you're getting back into the workforce. How did you get that kind of financial discipline, and what did you invest in?
Yeah, so the financial discipline, it came from, reading books. So Rich Dad Poor Dad early on, and that's kind of how I knew that's what I wanted to do, is reach financial freedom. Basically, I ended up getting that discipline by just practicing just what I like to call is money allocation, right? So allocating my money, saving a certain amount, investing a certain amount of money. Some investments that I made, I got into crypto pretty early on back in 2017. Also had real estate, so I was renting that out while I was overseas. Also invested in
What kind of property was that exactly?
It was a townhouse.
Okay.
It was a
So
townhouse.
it was like a 3-2?
Yeah, three and a half actually.
3-3. And you lived there and you rented it out while you lived there?
Yeah, so I actually did house hack it while I was in the States.
Shout out to house hacking.
Yeah.
That's your bag right there.
Yeah. So I house hacked and I rented out the rooms while I lived there to really lower the mortgage.
Did you live mortgage free, or was it covering most of it?
It covered most of it. It covered most of it. And then when I went overseas, it was a little bit of profit. It was nothing too crazy, but with the recent real
you
estate,
came off then.
Yeah, with the recent real estate boom, I was able to sell it and make a big profit on it.
Over 6 figures?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I made a pretty good profit. Yeah, so that was great. And then also I had private equity investments where I was investing in different businesses and things like that, getting money every single month. It's not long lasting, and that's why kind of now I'm pivoting to more focusing on creating my vending machine business to where I have that consistent income coming in, no matter what, right? It's not going to be like somebody just stopped paying you, right? So that's not going to happen. And then with real estate, of course, you build up your real estate portfolio. I'm going to focus mine on Section 8. So guaranteed
money, baby.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course, I have my business, so business income coming in, passive income through crypto. Have my Amazon store that's automated. So shout out to DFY Commerce. They run my Amazon store for me.
Mobile notary is the reason. How is it that I've been able to not have a job for the past 13 years, been job free? Mobile notary is the reason. How is it that I've been able to create a pathway to financial freedom through either being self-employed or being the middleman? Mobile notary is the reason. How is it that I've been able to hire staff, create payroll for people, to create jobs for people, to help 20,000 plus people either leave the full-time workforce and or either be workforce less dependent, great side or part-time income.
Okay, how many? Did you count how many streams there were?
Like 50 or
it's a
so?
lot.
Yeah. I lost count. You just kept on going, so I kind of lost count.
How do you feel about 401ks and IRAs?
Yeah, I like them. I mean, I like 401ks. I think honestly, for most people, you should always invest up to the match, period, because it's a guaranteed 100% return, right?
You have one too, right? You have 401k?
And then as entrepreneurs, I think a lot of people aren't doing solo 401ks, and you should be. You can invest up to $60,000 a year into a solo 401k. You can deduct from your taxes, and then you can start using that money to either invest in other things. You can get Roth IRAs as a business owner, solo 401ks, and that'll help you get that retirement, right? Because just because you're popping right now don't mean you're gonna be popping forever.
Absolutely.
Plan for the worst.
Yeah. You want to
worst.
get these assets. So if you have stocks, you buy real estate, you buy long-term assets with the money. Don't just blow it on a bunch of stuff.
I love it.
So just hearing about your story, everything seems to be going well, going on the straight path. Is there any business that you started that didn't work out well?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah,
Trucking.
Oh my God.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Trucking I could not find a driver. I was over it.
Oh, you couldn't find a driver?
I couldn't find a driver.
They're unreliable.
Trucking either hit them. People either love it or it's not for them.
I mean, if you're driving the truck, that's a whole different story, right?
Yeah.
If you're driving and then you okay, I'm gonna expand and get more trucks. But if you're getting into it and you don't know the business at all, that's a real serious business, there's so many ins and outs that you don't know about. My truck driver, he ended up backing into an 18-wheeler at the truck stop. Whoa. My insurance doubled. It went from $17,000 to $34,000 a year.
Wow.
Just from him, he just backed in and just hit their light, and my insurance doubled. That was within the first 6 months of being in the business. So it's just people don't tell you about all the expenses in trucking businesses. Are you
out the business now completely?
Oh, completely. I lost $60,000 off my trucking business. The value of the truck went down. I had to fight the dude in workers' comp court. Like it was crazy. I was like, never again. It's too many expenses, too much unexpected things, and those drivers, they're so unreliable and they like to get over.
That's a lot. Yeah, trucking didn't work out for me. Couldn't find a driver. I was just exhausted with the process. But we did have someone on season 1 who was in the trucking business.
Yes.
She's doing very well.
She is.
We actually have to bring her back on because she has like some corporate contracts.
Let's do it. Yeah. All right.
That's the way to go. That's if you can get you some solid contracts, I think that's one of the main ways to make money.
What do you teach your community? How did you build it, and how do you stay true to them?
Yeah, so I teach them just everything about careers and investing, right? So the main goal, everybody wants to make 6 figures. So we mainly talk about insurance adjusting in tech.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's mostly what we talk about in there for career-wise. But there are people that are in other careers, and we share information and we help refer people to jobs. Like I actually got my current job from my staff member. So yeah, like he was doing the same stuff as me, not overseas working per se, but he was doing government contracting and was like, yo, I think you'd be a perfect fit for this role. And he threw me the alley-oop, and that's pretty much how it worked out. So there's a lot of job opportunities in there. We're always talking about investing. Our NFT chat is super active. They're flipping NFTs all day, every day.
Wow.
We also have, crypto trades in there, stock trades, whether it's options or long-term holds. But, we just try to make sure that everybody, wherever you are in the wealth building process, just make sure that you're being served. If you ask questions, we're there to help. Everybody's helpful. That's the main thing about my community is like everybody is willing to help, and I think that's what makes it so strong. So,
love it.
But definitely my staff helps out a lot. Like I can't run it all by myself. I'm so busy, Nope. So they help out a lot. I have at least 5 or 6 people like on staff, on paid staff.
Smart.
Yeah, but it's a lot of people who contribute to the community for sure.
Don't even try to do it on your own. Don't even lie to yourself. Oh, I can't. No, fam, you can't.
What's the point of making a lot of money, but also like overworking yourself?
Those days are over.
You're tired. You don't have time to spend the money. It just becomes too much. So why aren't people as successful as you? Like, what do you think other people are not doing that they need to be doing so they can be in a position like you?
They lack focus.
Yeah, focus. I talk about that all the time.
It's a huge deal, isn't it?
Yeah. Like people, they're constantly pivoting, right? They see one thing online, they're on to that, right? See somebody else making money one way, now they're on to that. It's only been like 2 weeks, right? So within 6 months, somebody has pivoted to maybe 10 different things. Yes. So they can't even stick to something for 90 days. So focus is a big thing. I think work ethic and just like the willingness to want to put in the work is another big thing. Like I just see so many people who they just never want to put in the work. Like that's really what it is, bottom line. Like people want to make money, but they don't want to put in the work that it takes to get that money and have that success. Like you're not going to live a specific lifestyle if you don't want to work. Like I don't know any bosses that don't put in work.
Someone needs something notarized where you live. Someone needs something fingerprinted where you live. Someone needs a loan closed where you live.
I agree. I feel like you have to be consistent. You obviously have to do your research, but also enjoy the process. People will slide in my DMs and they'll say, "Annalise, I don't have a client yet." I'm like, "Oh, when did you enroll in my program?" 2 days ago.
Fam,
what?
If you're in her program, you're gonna get clients. Maybe too many.
We post opportunities every week. So.
You're gonna get clients.
You're gonna start a job board, right?
Yeah, I'm that person that you're talking about that I start doing stuff and then I get distracted. And then my friends have to talk me out of it. Like, your business that you're focusing right now is already successful. Why are you trying to start something else new? But yes, I'm starting 2 different job boards, but yes. Yeah.
And here's a cure to help with the shiny object syndrome is to invest in something. Invest because we do get bored. It gets monotonous. Find somebody who you trust, invest in them, and invest in early stage startups. What's the one equity crowdfunding opportunities? So you still have that new business feel, that new business high, but without having to run it yourself. So some things to keep in mind. Beez, you got some game.
You did. So tell them how they can learn a little bit more about your community, what they can get from it, and how they can follow you and find you as well.
Yeah, so you can follow me on all platforms at Beez SLS. And then also also, if you want to join SLS Discord, where I have my career community, so it's #1 career Discord server, you can join that at slsdiscord.com. And then I also have my coaching program that's going to be at your100kyear.com. And I'm going to start doing some free webinars, so definitely make sure you follow me so you can get this free game. I'm going to be teaching people how they can get into the defense industry without degrees, just by using certs. And, there's so many jobs in the defense industry. So, come out to the free webinar and get this game.
I dig it. Shout out to Beez, the legend, habitual game dropper. Study this episode. She gave us the blueprint on how we can set up our lives to have the life we want if we put in the work early. Peace. Woo!
I love it. Another episode of Revenue and Relationships.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Andre. And see you all next time.
Peace.
Thank you.
Wave runners, how you pray for us, Savior never came for us. I studied Kane, my niggas back in Kane. Yeah, well we both trying to do yay numbers. Lost City. My justice hesitated cause I'm melanated. I can smell the devil fragrance when the metal blazing. These killers got no mask, I mean they vaccinated.